Hey, so you might have seen in my previous videos that I've been trying to be too technical in my idea and domain search. And one of my friends, she has been watching my videos and she called me and we talked after probably many years, tens or maybe 10 years, or yeah, maybe. And I wasn't up to date with what was happening in her life. She called me and she questioned my approach in a very respectful way, of course. She wasn't sure whether it's possible to or success comes like that with being too analytical. And then she shared her story about in last 4 years she became this accidental entrepreneur, and she grew a company from just around $5,000 investment to over a $1 million top line in just 4 years, and it's growing rapidly. Every year is better than the previous one. So, and the story is not just about making money, but in this process she employs like more than 1000 women from the tribal background, poor women, and it's just creating a brand around Indian ethnic folk art. It's just amazing. And, and I want to contrast this with her husband also. She also told the story of her husband, who has been working in a more traditional way in the startups, like raising funds and building a startup with a team. And her husband is actually very, very smart, very charismatic. He's a leader, and that showed up. He was able to he made two startups, and both times he was able to raise substantial funds. First time I think it was around $5 million, and second time it was $10 million. And the second one he spent like 10 years to build a company, and then it was taking off and off, and suddenly in the last moment I don't know what happened, but they had some deals with L'Oreal, with Google, and just crashed, and he came back to zero. And so I mean, I'm of course in the same boat, or I'm like more in my mind. The vision that I'm trying to track or trying to achieve is the one of her husband. And so she just like very compassionately, she was trying to understand like why do I want to do this, and whether it would make more sense for me to just do something that I really enjoy. And that kind of rang a bell with me, because the way she described her startup, the way she was describing her products, like she was telling me about a simple product like a oil lamp, and it doesn't, for me it doesn't have any detail, just a oil lamp made from clay, and it's like every lamp looks the same. But the way she talked about the fragrance, about the colors, about the music, and how these colors are related to the music, and the details of everything, it was so like, just imagine this person writing the description of the product on Amazon. Wouldn't it convince people much more than a plain just get a lamp of this dimensions? And she's used these are her exact words, that she believes there's no great problem to be solved, there's no mountains to be moved. The crux of a business is in the detail, in the way you design small features, in the way you present yourself and include whatever you want to say in the pitch. You know, everything is in the detail. Devil is in the detail, were the exact words. So she very strongly believes, don't think about making unicorns, don't think about earning so much money, raising so much funds. Just do what you really like doing. And there's market for everything. There's certain set of people who like your specific unique take on things, and they will come to buy your things. And that made me seriously rethink what I'm doing, because I do have a passion, and it can have a lot of potential in business also. Like, my passion has always been about sales. So my first startup, we made an enterprise product, and to sell it we used to make a lot of cold calls. And of course sales is a difficult process, but we enjoyed it. We read a lot of books to improve our process, learn more about psychology, hundreds of books actually over the years. And my best friend from school, he's the top salesman in Accenture, and he sells more than 15 to $20 million of deals every year. And I learn a lot from him, and I've always looked up to salespeople, and I I think I can create a difference in this field. Maybe my past will help me do things differently. My experiences will help me create products in this domain. Yeah, I need to think more of that.